What's up, y'all? This is Ty. It is Tubi Tuesday. That's right. That is when I review a movie that airs or streams, I should say, on that crazy Tubi app. And today's movie is Deadly Dilf. That's right, Deadly Dilf. But before I get into that, let me give a shout out to my lovely subscribers that are watching these Tubi Tuesday reviews with me. I'm talking about folks like Lamont Simpson, Kryptonian Black, Randall Brown, Quiet Guy, CG, Savannah Rivers or more, June, Simply Be Yourself 100, and Mark Johnson. Now, I got that out of the way. I thank y'all for always supporting me, leaving comments down below on these Tubi Tuesday reviews. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Let's keep this channel going and growing, right? Let's do that. So now we got that out of the way. I'm done begging. Let's get down to this movie called Deadly Dilf. Now, y'all know what a MILF is, right? MILFs are moms. It stands for moms I'd like to F. And so this is a DILF. Dads that they'd like to F. So that's what that's about. So I was like, Deadly Dilf. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, since it's called Deadly Dilf, that the DILF is going to, sometimes they call me a DILF. I'm just saying. No, I'm always making it about myself. But anyway, what was I saying? I was thinking from the title, Deadly Dilf, that they were saying that the DILF was going to be the problem. But to me, he is the problem, but he's not the deadly one, really. Is he really? So anyway, let's start from the beginning. We're first introduced to this beautiful young lady named Elysium. I think that's how you say her name. Elysium. I think that's how you say her name. Elysium. And Elysium is a college student. She's a track star. She's out jogging with her friend Chris, who also goes to the school. And then on her way back to her dad's house, we see somebody behind her. She gets right to her door. This is really scary. She gets right to her door, and it's a guy behind her trying to attack her. Her father comes to the door just in time, wrestles the attacker away from her. The attacker runs. He chases after him, and unfortunately, her father gets shot by the attacker and killed. 6 months later, Elysium goes to live with her aunt. And now we got a little backstory on her. She goes to live with her aunt. And this is where she sees that there's new neighbors coming in. And the new neighbors are the Dilf himself, Rio, his wife, Tori, and his son, Gunther, who is not Tori's child. So Rio had a previous relationship that did not work out clearly. But he has a son here, Gunther, from this woman by the name of Mira is her name. And we're learning that dynamic. So we also learn that Rio is not the breadwinner of the family. And this is a bit of a problem for him. Tori's making all the money. Tori owns a gym and does all different type of business conferences or whatever. And they're trying to make it work or whatever. And she seems to always kind of insult him by saying or doing something that makes him feel less than, because he does not want to feel, he's the man. He shouldn't be like, my wife shouldn't be making more than me. So that makes him feel kind of insecure. And some of her actions makes him feel a little insecure. So anyway, Elysium sees this football, and so she goes to bring the football over to the neighbor. It must have fell in her yard when Gunther was out there playing. So she goes over and brings the football to them, and then she meets Gunther, and they're playing a little bit. And this makes Rio come outside. He comes outside, and him and Elysium's eyes lock, and it's like, you see there's an instant attraction, and I'm cracking up. I'm like, here we go. Now, he ain't got no business messing with this young girl. Leave these young girls alone. So I'm like, what's this situation? But they made her a college student, so, but still it's like, he shouldn't be messing with her. But their eyes lock, and then Tori comes outside, and you could tell he just keeps staring at her in this flirtation. And the funny part was she had her water bottle. She's like, oh, yes, I'm a track star and I go to school and this, that, and the third. And, Tori's like, oh, that's why you're dressed like that. So Tori even notices, who this pretty young thing out here? And then there's this water bottle. She's like, oh, let me pick up my water bottle. And she picks it up and he picks it up too. And their eyes lock. And I'm like, this is crazy. So when Rio goes back inside with his wife, Tori. He's like, I got to tell my son, don't be opening the door for strangers like that. That's dangerous. He sends him upstairs, and she's like, oh, she's kind of cute. He's like, yeah, but you the one I need. And they go do what they got to do. Now we fast forward to Rio is outside fixing the outdoor shower, and as he's fixing it, he gets wet, and then he takes his shirt off, and they go in slow motion because Elysium is watching him, and she is feeling it, watching him get wet and shower. And then as she's doing that, she gets startled by her friend Chris, and Chris looking like they're like, oh, wow, he's a MILF. So that's where we get this he's a DILF, I'm sorry. He's a DILF. So Chris keeps calling him a DILF. She's like, stop calling him that. Then things get a little more kooky, and what a coincidence. Rio, not only does he make less than, he's not the breadwinner, he's still in school. He's still an undergraduate at the age of, I believe they said he's 35. So who runs into him in the hallway at school? None other than Elysium. And they have classes together, and it's still all this flirty stuff. In fact, she sees some old trip pictures of him from back, and he tells her, I had to drop out of school when I had my son, this, that, and the third. And then she's like, I have an idea. Let's race. And they're racing in the hallway. I'm like, see, we messing up right here. All this chemistry. They're racing in the hallway. She beats him. They stop and drink some water. Their eyes meet. And it's all this flirty stuff. And I'm like, see, this going to be bad. This going to be bad. Elysium, her name is so weird. Elysium manages to get in good with Tori. She asks Tori if she can get a gym membership, so she gets this gym membership. While at the gym, here's where you see some of the issues come up with Rio and his wife, Tori. She's got to go away, right? She's going away for some trade show conference or whatever. But she's like, here's some spending money, making him feel like less than a man yet again. So he's like, yo, why you got to give me spending money? What's up with that? He's like, what do you think I am? Because he's already insecure about this. So she decides, she said, look, here's a extra debit card. He said, why do I need that? So you can have to spend the money. He said, oh, you giving me an allowance now? He's not feeling this. Now, see, some bum dudes, I can feel him. I understand him, because dudes like me that, we like to have our own. I would feel some kind of way, too. I like to have my own and take care of myself. And, of course, your spouse is supposed to take care of you. But I kind of understood where he was coming from with her, like, here's spending money. She's kind of treating him like he's a little kid. And, he didn't feel that. He wasn't feeling that. So he was a little upset about that. So she goes out of town. Elysium is jogging one night, and she thinks that she's being chased because, she has those issues from what happened to her previously. And she runs to his door. Somebody's following me. Somebody's chasing me. Turns out it was one of her ex-boyfriend. Well, he wasn't really following her. So Rio's plans got changed. Tori's not home. His son is with his mom. Also, that's another thing. Elysium was able to wiggle her way and become the babysitter. She's at the gym. She got a gym membership and all this stuff. She's gotten to know the mother of Gunther. Gunther really likes her. Is it named Gunther or Gunner? Gunner. I think it's Gunner. Gunner really likes her. His son really likes her. And it's Gunner. And he really likes her. And he shows her where the family's gun is, where his dad's gun is. Bad move right there. So now let's go back to them in the house alone. And this is where Rio messed up when he tells Elysium, because she tells him what happened to her, the tragedy that happened with her father and all that, and why she was scared and she's so embarrassed. He offers her a drink, and he says, well, she said, well, really, I'm so afraid. And he said, well, you can stay here. This is where she said, Tori won't mind. And this is where he messed up. The girl lived next door. Send her home. But if you're going to let her stay there, let her sleep on the couch. This fool tells her, you can come upstairs and take my bed. Why didn't you send her to your son's room? Like, go to my son's room, you can sleep in there. No, he tells her, you can sleep in my bed. Sir, that's not your bed. That's you and your wife's bed. So that was a dumb move right there. And he said, and I'll sleep on the couch. They get upstairs. She's like, can you really stay? Can you stay here until at least until I fall asleep? No. You know you're attracted to this girl. Why are you going to do that? And then he's like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. I can't, that I don't know if I can handle that. And then she's like, why don't you just stay here with me? And he's like, nah, no, that's not a good move. She said, I won't tell your wife. And she starts unbuttoning his shirt. And of course they have sex. And I was like, dude, Rio, you did this to yourself. First of all, you should have let that young lady sleep on the couch. I would have sent her ass home. Sorry. Little girl, you got to go home. You guys to go home. But no, he decides to sleep with her. And then in the next, it's morning and we slept the night away. She's feeling it. He's like, listen, what we did should not have happened. That was a mistake. She's like, oh, you didn't say that last night. You acting like, oh, this is my fault. He's trying to explain to her, we can't do this. It just can't be. And that's when things go spiral out of control, because now she's going to make his life a living hell. He's worried about if she's going to tell his wife. Now this is where Rio done messed up. Now he told this girl, no, she's not taking no for an answer. She's popping up not only at the gym, now she work at the gym. She's at his house when he goes into the backyard. She's by the shed. She scares him, and everything in the shed almost falls down on him. And she ends up totaling his car, like destroying his car, I should say. She destroys the car. He tells his brother, yo, listen, Jason, I messed up. I slept with somebody. I cheated on my wife. And this girl don't take no for an answer. It was a mistake. His brother's like, why would you do that when you know what happened before? And so then he goes on a date. Who's at the date? They do a double date. Who's at the date? It's her there with his brother. Her and the brother go out, and it looks like her and the brother about to hit it off and have sex. And she starts calling the brother Jason Rio. So then he put two and two together. He's like, hold up. This is that chick that my brother was talking about. He said, no, you got to go. She said, I ain't want you anyway. And then she just keeps doing terror after terror after terror, terrorizing this man. It gets so bad for him. She's taking some panties and some perfume and puts it in the bed so that his wife could find it. When she got through with this man, he lost custody of his son. Well, first of all, before he lost custody of his son, she took the son out. He didn't know where the son was. They took a page out of, I think, who did that? I think Fatal Attraction did it. Took the son out and didn't bring him in, brought him home late, which made the son, Gunner's mother upset. The Mirror made Mirror upset. And then she said, oh no, Rio told me to do that. I have the text message right here. She just was totally screwing this man up. Then she made it where he lost custody of his son because she called the BCS, the Child Protective Services, whatever, and told them anonymously that this little boy knew where his father's gun was, this, that, and the third. It was just crazy. So now he totally snaps now. Oh, and the crazy thing is she did this booby trap for him. I guess she's trying to hurt him, but it ended up hurting and killing his brother. So I was like, this is crazy. This is so crazy. So now Rio snaps because he's lost everything. Tori has left him. His son, he's lost custody of his son. He has nothing. Remember, he ain't the breadwinner. You in this beautiful house and your wife done left you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Your brother's dead. He is flipping out. He's upset. He decides he's gonna confront her. And I believe Tori came back. She's trying to stop it. So he goes to confront her. He's like, tell the truth. You're going to tell everybody the truth and everything that you did, this, that, and the third. And then Tori's like, no, leave her alone. She runs out. He runs after her. The aunt is driving. The aunt accidentally hits Tori. And the scene ends. And the next scene we see, damn Rio is in jail. And Elysium is visiting her father's gravesite and telling him how wrong she did something wrong and terrible. And it ends just like that. I was pissed off with the ending. I was very pissed off with the ending because we don't know if Tori died or not. Just certain things they just didn't handle. We don't know what happened with Tori. And so we just gonna end it like that. We just gonna leave homeboy in jail like that, and she's confessing her sins. And then they really didn't tie in what happened to her in the beginning with her dad. What happened? Is that why she's the way she is? Is that what y'all? That's the connection right there. And like, yeah, I didn't like that. That ending pissed me off. I was pissed off. But there's a lesson to be learned here. Leave these young things. First of all, when you marry, don't be stepping out, and damn sure don't step out with your neighbor. Like, come on, but you shouldn't be stepping out at all, actually. That's the lesson here. But then you messing with this young girl, and she already got these little issues, and now your whole world has been destroyed. So the moral of the story is keep it in your pants. When you're married, stay with your spouse, because everything else is gonna spiral out of control. But I'm still trying to figure out why this film is called Deadly Dilf, because he wasn't the deadly one, or was he? You know, are they trying to say his consequences is what made him, his actions and the consequences of his actions is what made him a deadly dilf? Because to me, it should have been deadly college student or deadly young neighbor. She was the deadly one. She the one killed somebody, but I don't know. But anyway, I did enjoy this. Y'all tell me your thoughts. What did y'all feel about this Deadly Dilf? Y'all tell me your thoughts. That's all I have for now. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.